We are live. Hello, everybody.
Howdy, folks.
So, we're back, which is awesome. So, tonight will be episode 106. We'll be talking about solicitations and we will be doing some reviews. We'll be catching up on last week's reviews or books, and we'll talk about this week's books. There's only two books that came out this week, which is the 10th, excuse me. Figuring my days out. I still haven't figured out
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
putting
yeah,
down
it's
on.
still off Christmas, New Year's, work,
Yeah.
no work. It's like, yeah.
So we'll cover in those things tonight. So we'll get caught up on books and everything, which would be great. And then next week, yes, correct me if I'm wrong. Next week we're doing the retro review or whatever we're going
Mhm.
to call it. We still just call it retro, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We're going to be doing Claws again. We did that about 2 or 3 years ago. So with the Kickstarter finally out for everybody and it's out in stores, the hardcover and whatnot,
Woohoo.
we thought it'd be a good
Well,
idea to do it again.
we can pick something other than the miniseries. We can pick one of the one shots.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's
I
several
mean, there's what,
one shots
four
this
or
time.
five one shots.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
if somebody participated in the Kickstarter, they got that with it. It was all together. So
Oh,
since
that's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
since we can
So
vaguely remember doing the miniseries, we can pick one of the one shots. Doesn't matter. Terry
Terry
Moore.
Moore
Hey,
telling Ed, I hope y'all had a good holiday. Cherry, sounded like y'all did.
yeah, she's pretty easy to keep happy. Fortunately, that's why we're still married. So it's
Yeah,
well,
you
no,
know how that.
I won't say that's why, but I think it certainly has helped the fact that we're still married. I'll
There is
put it.
an understanding that she has that is beyond, which is what I say about my wife. So
Yep.
there's a tolerance level that is unmeasurable for my wife, having to deal with me and my
All
ADHD
this, yeah.
and all this stuff. Yeah, and
Yep.
comics just in general.
You were talking about remembering and forgetting the dates and days of the weeks and things
Yeah,
like that. Um, I've dropped two shows so far this year. One was today. I haven't heard. Last week, the one that I dropped was for 2025. So apparently, I dropped it a whole year early.
nice. I appreciate
Yeah,
the on top of it all.
I record that far in advance. That's yeah. It's but yeah, I haven't had anybody tell me if I said 2025 in today's show, and I didn't go listen to it because I mean, if I did, I can't change it now. So it's like,
Right, yeah, it's done and over with at this point.
but yeah, that was Professor Allen. He was congratulating me and asking about my
Just skipping a
recent
whole.
travels and all that, and I was like,
Oh,
what?
what
He's
are
like,
you talking
oh
about?
well, yeah,
That's awesome. Yep, that's what we do around here. Ed
that's it.
is Ed is the constant professional, making sure things get done
Hey,
a year
comic
in
book
advance.
fan problems, comic book podcaster problems. That's what
Yeah,
time
exactly.
travel and the wrong date. That's yeah,
Yep. I can barely remember if it's Monday or Tuesday. You can't remember what year it is. So
yeah. The years are yeah. I don't even try to remember the day because I've got a book that I carry around with me that helps
right,
me with all of that.
yeah.
But I don't even know where to look on a page to see what the year is in that book. So I don't even know if it's listed.
You're
So
just like whatever.
yeah, the year is what I mess up.
It's like week of January.
Oh,
Just
you can ask Terry. Several years back, I forget how long ago it was. I was absolutely convinced I was a year older than what I really was.
oh yeah, I've done
I mean,
that.
just absolutely. It was like I'm like, oh, I'm this year's old, and she's like,
Yeah,
when were you born? Oh,
right.
1968. Okay, do the math. And I was like,
Oh,
oh shit, I've been telling everybody. It's like, yeah, well, okay, I'll get
I
there
was telling
eventually.
everybody. I was telling everybody for a long time when I was 48 that I was 49, and mentally preparing myself for my
For
50th
50,
birthday. Yeah, and then my wife was like, "Yeah, you got a whole nother year," and
yeah,
it's like,
you, you just
"Oh,
turned 49 now, so
yeah,
yeah.
it was yeah." Uh, and he argued about it. Yep. All right, let
I did
me
because I was convinced.
retweet.
I know my age. This is my age. And she's like, no. Unless you've told me something wrong before this, that is not your age.
Let's see. Come talk.
Doug, we are doing well. I won't speak for Chris. I think he's doing well.
Oh,
I
I'm
know
doing
he's
well.
doing well.
Yeah.
So, yep. Terry.
All right.
I noticed in this previews
Uh-huh.
2 brand new, very anime looking books at the same time. That struck me as kind of different. You have to do that on purpose. That's not an accidental kind
Oh, for
of
sure. Yeah.
inclusion at the same time. But
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, the artwork for them, I'm like, man, those are as anime influenced as you can get on a static piece of paper.
I'm pretty excited about that. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll jump in and talk about solicitations.
Okay.
So, in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. I don't know how to start a show. Let me try that again. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Boom Addiction. This is episode 106. I'm one of your co-hosts, Chris Partner. With me, as always, is Mr. Ed Moore. Ed, how are you, sir?
I am doing well, and I'm wondering how you're supposed to pronounce capital R1 little c 0.
Rico.
Is that Rico?
No,
Okay.
I have no idea. But that's what I say in my head.
I bet it is. Yeah, looking at it, it's like, oh, okay, that's a hyper what?
Hyper's already in the chat.
Like, subscribe, then boom. Yeah. Have you seen this week's or this month's show? Boom, whatever they call it, the official.
I started to watch it, and then I got a phone call, and I have not gone back to it. But they were talking to
the Yellow Ranger,
Pink Ranger.
Oh, Pink Ranger. Oh, I thought she was yellow. Oh, okay.
No. So, but Rico Suave. All right, Hyper. We're not going to comment to everything you say. Just to let you know, we do have a show we have to do. So, but we do definitely appreciate you being here. All right, so 2024, we're here. We're very excited to finally be back. We took some time off. Work, family. Holidays here in the U.S. All those cool
all that stuff.
Holidays everywhere actually. So we all had the same New Year's. So, but yeah, so so Ed and I, we're not going to share everything that we talked about, but Ed and I had a little brief meeting the other day about first quarter of this year, kind of our schedule and stuff like that. So we got a lot of things lined up to get us sort of in a kind of a routine. Oh,
did you see? Yeah, did you see what I put?
That's you'll be like family.
I'm sorry, Hyper.
I want to be a little better than that. I'm gonna totally ignore it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sorry. There was no malice. There was no malice intended there. But yeah, so we've got some schedules and stuff, how we're gonna do stuff. But we'll talk about that as we sort of move forward, everything. One thing we are gonna try and do is do solicitations, previews and everything on the second week of every month. That way it gives you guys time to watch the show and see what's going on, and then get into previews and get with your local comic shop and everything, and get some books ordered. So there, as far as like news and stuff with Boom, we've had some sellouts. My W-2 will be in the mail soon.
Well, yeah, and they like what 3 of them in one day, like back to back.
It's like
oh, you had to have been holding on to some of those.
It was
guys.
like Anthony was on vacation and he went, "Oh crap, I forgot to send these out."
Yep. When he got back in the office, he's like, "Shoot it out, shoot it out."
Yeah. I mean, my inbox was just flat. It was just
it was funny.
I was like, "Okay, wow. All right, got it." So let me quickly take a look because I kind of let me just name off which ones got. Where's my stuff? Okay, so Animal Pound #1 sold out, and so we'll get a second print for that coming up. House of Slaughter number 20 sold out, which is the end of Bait story arc. And then Pine and Merrimac number one, or is it Merrimac? Yeah, it's Merrimac. Number
Yeah,
one
Merrimac.
sells out. It's, again, I say things in my head, and when I say it out loud, I'm kind of like, is that right? Yeah. But yeah, so three, two number ones and an issue 20 that sold out, which is, anytime I see an issue that's higher than like two or three, I'm always really impressed by that. So yeah, good on them for getting that
Now
one sold out.
was 20 the Bait finale?
Yeah, it was the big finale. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really interesting that that particular issue sold out, not knowing obviously the ins and outs and everything. But when I see something like that on a story arc ending, it makes me think that retailers um, either drop their orders along the way,
Hmm.
and then people were hearing about, because they don't do nothing about uh, the Slaughterverse. I hate using that term, but the Slaughter books um, is short. There's no two or three issues, so
Right. Yeah.
people have time. Okay,
You're not
even
caught
if
by it.
even if you jumped in on the third part of that, you still have two or three more issues to go, so you
Right.
can still order those. And yeah, it looks like it's possible that retailers just got kind of caught off guard. People really got into that arc
I
and
guess.
started ordering stuff. I mean, something like that may have happened. If that's the case, awesome, because I think uh, that was a really intriguing story,
Hmm.
especially that last issue, and how how things sort of played out in the last few pages. Not wanting to spoil anything, yeah, but I mean, we did talk about it on the show, but um, so, but yeah, so I do find that interesting. Now, I'm very excited that I was kind of surprised that Animal Pound really didn't sell out the week of, and it
Right.
may have due to we
And
just didn't get the announcement
yeah,
till
word
now.
just didn't get out until, yeah.
Yeah, so but seeing that Pine and Merrimack, and again, we'll talk about that issue tonight as well. Um, Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that it sold out. That um, spoiler, it's a really good issue. Um, Not that I just say that for just to say it. It actually is a really good issue. So, but yeah, so that's about the only news that's out there. I mean, like I said, we're going to cover solicitations right now, and then that'll be mostly you know the news that's out there. I don't think they've announced anything or
No.
um so all right, so let's jump into solicitations. This is books that are primarily coming out in March of 2024. Some of these will be advanced solicitations that'll come out, in May and June or something like that. But when we come across that, we'll point it out too. Usually, it's trades and hardcovers, mainly hardcovers. There is a very interesting hardcover, a deluxe edition that may be in this particular set of previews if you've not checked it out yet.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
I'm excited, which means Chris has already read this stuff, unlike previous months. So, speaking of your anime influence,
Right.
earlier, right off the start, we'll start with I Heart Skull Crusher number one. This is a gem of the month book as well. This is by Josie Campbell, illustrated by Alicio Zano. I'm hoping I get that right. And there's your R1CO. I
Yeah.
say Rico in my head. I
Rico.
don't know if
Yeah.
that's right.
I,
Um,
I'll go with that. It looks like a graffiti tag.
yeah, it does. You're right.
When I think of Rico, I'm like some extravagant kind of. It's
Yep.
what is it? It's Rico.
It feels like it
Oh, okay.
fits with the motif of this cover.
It
Uh,
could. Yeah.
Comes out middle of March or on the 13th, $5 or $4.99, 32 pages, brand new series. Um, I'm not gonna read all the solicitations. We're just gonna point stuff out. I I did get a comment from a friend of mine who listened to the show or watched the video, and he was like, "That really went long because you were reading everything." And I'm like, "Dude, I know. I get into the thing, and then I really like to read it because I'm reading it for the first time, but I've already read all this stuff." So I do recommend checking this out. I saw this when this issue got announced
Mhm.
prior to previews. I was pretty excited about it because, like you said, it looks very anime influenced, and I think that's a great direction for them. It is a Boombox book. Again, this year is the 10th anniversary Boombox, so we're going to see a lot of these books. Probably not particularly like an anime influence, but maybe. But definitely, we're going to see a lot of Boombox titles get announced this year as they celebrate that. And I'm getting ready to sneeze, so I apologize for anybody.
Achoo, he says.
And I didn't do it. I apologize. It was a
Oh,
false. That was a
boo.
false one.
You
It's
tease.
right there in the skull. I can feel it
Oh.
in the. So anyway, so here's some of the. Here's your. We'll say Rico
Yeah,
and
that's not quite as anime-ish, I don't
yeah.
think, as the cover. Now you can see the influence if you have
Hmm.
seen anime. You can see that it's there, but that is not as
Oh,
heavily.
and just a little tag down there at the bottom.
Yes, yeah, that's
So
and it's not
maybe
even on the cover. It's a little
yeah.
insert on the website. Yeah, on the PDF. I mean,
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's cool. Looking forward to that. This is a new series, Man's Best Friend, number 1 of 5. I saw in the solicitation. This is maybe it's not the solicitation that I saw it, but it was someone compared it to We Three as far as
uh,
the
that
animals and
yeah, that immediately was the vibe that I get
yeah,
because there's three. Unfortunately, it may not be a fair comparison, but yeah, that
yeah.
jumped to mind right away for me.
So this is written by
Yeah,
Pornsight.
Ponce
Oh, ooh,
Pechichote,
yeah. I'm gonna
Pechichote,
wait till someone at Boom
Pechichote.
tells me what that says
Yeah,
because that last
that's a
name
tough
is
one.
is a workout for me. Whoops, I'm clicking on everything. Illustrated by Jesse Lonergan and a bunch of that TBA getting some work. Oh man,
Yep.
got 2 covers from that
Ooh, two.
TBA.
Yeah, I got the FOC reveal even.
Yeah,
Wow.
working overtime. Uh, 4.99 cover price, 32 pages, out March 20th. So I dig the design. If this is actually what the cover is, I do dig that design, putting the logo there and the one. It just
Yep.
looks nice. Looks a little
Now
different than
the
most things on the
cover
shelf.
gives me a definite We Three feel,
Hmm.
but this first full page, that's the next page, that gives me an animated uh, Disney
Oh
feel.
yeah, and I think that's just the cover or the variant cover itself because that's done by Trish Fornster and not the interior artist. So this is the what the interior art will look
Oh,
like.
this first yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be sweet if that's the same style used throughout the book. Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
So, but yeah, that is I do like the Disney cover, kind of a nod to what Marvel's been doing lately.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, here's some interior art.
Ooh,
Um,
that is just
see
like the
that?
cover. That is
Yeah,
nice.
that looks good. Cats and robo suits, mechs with the little claws and everything.
Cats
Nice.
and dogs.
Yeah, this looks good. Oh, a little force field bubble. That's nice. Oh, it pops it. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. We got full on preview. I did not pay attention that there was this much of a preview. So this is some good stuff. Big old rocket on the back of the bulldog. Nice. So, all right. So this is an advanced solicitation. This will come out in May of 2024. Nomads, the Sky Kingdom Book 1. It's an original graphic novel written and illustrated by Captain Juper. Juter.
Juter, yeah.
Yeah. One of the.
Doug said that's a cool creative team for the
He's talking about
dog
for
book
the.
here, man's
Yeah.
best. Doug, is that what you're referring to? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. I have
Man's
seen
Best
the
Captain.
writer before, but I don't know
Hmm. Let me
where
see if.
or how.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I'll have to look them up because this seemed. You would think I would
It's a
know that
very
name. I
unique
would
name.
remember that name. That's the thing, folks. If you want me to remember you, which is everybody's goal in life, for me to remember who you are,
Absolutely.
have an interesting name because I may not be able to pronounce it, but it will stick with me. I will. I'm I could. That's this. So this is a popular webtoon original that is going to be in print. It brings the first 23 episodes of the fan favorite webtoon series that is One Piece meets Hookie to print. I don't know what Hookie is.
This is, I don't think I recognize that either. This is the other book that struck me as very anime
Yeah,
influenced.
yeah.
Hooky.
So, but if it's on
Hooky.
webtoons, I'll have to do a little
I don't,
Google
I don't
search on it.
know. I don't know Hooky.
Yeah, yeah, but you're right. I mean, look at these preview pages.
Yeah, yeah.
I
This
mean,
is yeah.
this is very nice, and
And
this is a Kaboom title.
just to go ahead and put it out there, I by no means mean that it shows an anime influence to be a pejorative in any sense of the word.
Mm-mm, no,
I happen to enjoy anime. I have since my two sons were little, and we used to get together and watch, of course, Pokemon every day.
oh yeah,
That was where I really started um, my fascination, more than anything else. I'd have to describe it with anime. I had seen stuff on and off before, but that really
yeah.
cinched it in, and it's been something that I've followed more closely since then, but not anywhere near as much time as I put into comic books. But
Oh yeah. I mean, I
a little
grew
bit.
up. I mean, I grew up on the typical Robotech, Macross Plus,
Ooh,
that kind
yes,
of stuff.
yes. Oh, yeah.
So
Say it,
that's
yes,
and I still I'm not as in not regular reader to the macro or viewer as of the macro stuff because they're still putting that stuff out.
yeah.
Harmony Gold, big friend. Um, but apparently anyway, beside the point. I watched a video just the other day about stuff going on with Harmony Gold and Robotech and all that stuff. Um,
Speaking of which, our potentially top five writer Cullen Bunn
hmm,
coming in later in the year with some Battle of the Planets.
I know,
Yeah,
big old
I
gotcha man.
oh man, I yes, absolutely.
I'm very excited for that.
Yes,
That's
yes.
over at Mad Cave Studios.
Hmm.
Because I just looked that up because I was looking at the Flash Gordon stuff because that was the big anniversary was yesterday.
Right.
And so I was looking up stuff for a free comic book day because I knew there was a Flash Gordon comic coming out and Mad Cave's doing it. Then I also saw that they had a free comic book day for Gotcha. So I was like, sweet.
Yes.
I'm very excited. So
We waited around long enough to where it's coming back.
yep.
All of these things are coming back. Gargoyles,
Oh yeah.
Darkwing Duck. It's all, which is, that's nowhere near as long a wait as Gotcha Man.
Oh no,
Although
no.
it has been back before also.
Oh yeah,
So,
Top Cow had Battle of the
but
Planets for
yeah,
a little while
it's
there, yeah.
it's awesome to see those things.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked. Uh, a new Dune miniseries will be out. An 8-issue miniseries. This is obviously done by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Illustrated by Simone
Ragazzoni.
Ragazzoni. Thank you. I may be getting dyslexic. I don't know
No?
because I like to put letters in different spots now. Colors by Dan Jackson and a bunch of covers. DBA again, cranking it out, getting some
Wow,
work.
on another book, dude.
So March 20th. This is another. Oh, this says the final prequel in the House trilogy will be arriving. So
Mhm.
what will be coming out? Well, I mean, we still got 8 months after that to figure out what that is, but I am curious. I mean, they're cranking them out. Uh, the hardcovers look amazing. I saw those in the store the other day, and I think that's the route. I've gotten most of them in issues right now, but I do like the hardcovers. They're very
Well,
nice.
plus two, we're kind of trained because this is a prose property to read
Yes.
the entire thing or to have the entire thing
Yeah.
rather than something sequentially that we have to wait for.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
our
Exactly.
whole upbringing on Dune has been that way.
Hmm.
So yeah, a hardcover, a collected edition would have to be the way to
We
go for
we
visual.
are trained very very
Absolutely,
well.
it works. Yes.
Veronica Fish variant, which looks very nice. Big fan of hers. Interior art looks good. So, and then all the other books that are available, the hardcovers I was just talking about. House of Atreides, Volume 1, 2, and 3. Harkonnen 1. Arakeen, is that how you pronounce it? Arakeen?
I believe, yeah.
Hardcover for that, and The Waters of Canley hardcover as well. So, all right, Berserker. Already, we're getting a pen and ink for Berserker Poetry of Madness, and why wouldn't you? It's Steve Scroshi. I mean, it
Yep.
just like I wonder. I want to see what the list is of all like, hey, we're gonna do pen and inks. What do we want to do pen and inks of? And then this
Yeah,
issue
really.
comes out, and they're like, all right,
Bring the ideas. Let's see. What
we're gonna have to put a pause on like we're just gonna stick him up here at the top of
Right,
the
yeah,
list.
we're gonna push all of these back
Yeah,
one cycle and
my apologies, but it
put him in here.
It's
Yeah.
Steve Scroshi, so we kind of have to do it. So, but yeah, this will be an awesome book to check out. If you've not been checking out, I think we say this every time with Pen and Ink. Yes, old school Ed and I like the big oversized, but I have really
Oh,
been enjoying the fact we get to see
yeah.
these black and white
It's
books,
better than what we had in between.
which was nothing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there we go.
which was constantly re-looking over the
Oh,
old
yeah.
ones.
Oh man, I miss these.
So, but yeah. So we get nice pen and ink or black and white cover for this. So House of Slaughter number 21 will be, or House of Slaughter will be back. This begins the Butcher's War, which okay, let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. This one's created by James Tiny in the fourth, obviously, and Ruther Dara, written by Tate Bromble and illustrated by Antonio Fuso. Colors by Mikel Muerte. So TBA getting some more work. Good lord, got them on a retainer now.
Okay,
Jeez.
the money that they are going to be bringing in because of these covers is just
Seriously,
wow.
like the go-to.
Oh man,
Forget about Dan Mora and all those
who?
guys.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
is that?
Art
That's
Germ, Alex
that's
Ross.
so 3 years ago. That's
TBA, come on, come here. We got an open checkbook for you.
also, let
Uh,
me throw out here now in case, well, we don't necessarily have any plans to talk about it, but a couple weeks back, the Book of Butcher came out.
yes.
Must read for Bosher House of Butcher fans.
Mhm.
Must read. It is far from the most action-packed book that they've put out in the universe, but it first of all it lists a whole bunch of monsters, which is just
Nice.
way cool because now you can track all the different kind of monsters because they actually have names, even though maybe we haven't seen them all yet. But it's a have you read it, Chris? Did you read it?
No, I have not read. I've not read
Okay,
it yet.
it's a history of the house, but not necessarily a full history. It focuses in on a period of Jace's training, where he was
Okay.
where he had been taken in by the slaughters, but apparently they used some House of Butcher um, people
Mhm.
to help train him.
Oh yeah.
So,
Because he was
but
transitioning over. Yeah.
yeah. So there were three characters. His slaughter handler, who the female, I can't remember her name. Him, Jace, and the House of Butcher Black Mask that he was training under, and I use that's a very loose phrase
Right.
for what was occurring there. And it just it's good. It fills in gaps that you didn't necessarily realize were gapped, but
Yeah.
after reading the book now there aren't gaps there because this fills them in. It was really good.
Cool.
Well, it was well done, well inserted into the framework of the world too. I thought the way that they did the story, good stuff.
That's good. I have them over here. I have a stack of books. You may or may not can see it behind my right shoulder. That is a bunch of books I need to catch up on, and that is
Yeah.
in that stack. So
Oh yeah, I've got I'm constantly looking over all the number ones for the last month or so that we haven't had
right.
a
Yeah.
chance to talk about yet.
Yeah.
Which we will when the next issue comes out. But
Oh
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I definitely want to read them beforehand.
All right. So that's a good. If you're looking for a jumping on point, there you go.
Yeah,
That's slot
that,
number 21.
that's a good one. Yeah, where do I start with the?
Yeah,
Look, One Piece has a chapter one.
No,
Yeah,
stop,
right.
stop.
I'm
All right.
sorry, guys.
So
This is something I got into with Chris earlier to try to get it out of my system.
he
Apparently, it
likes
didn't
to
work.
mock me.
Uh,
All right. So here's that deluxe edition I was talking about. Something is Killing the Children, Book Two,
book
deluxe
two.
edition, and slipcase edition
Nice.
as well. So this will be covering issues 21 through 35. So that'll get you caught up on present day. Um, so I have the first one. I just have the deluxe edition. I didn't get the slipcase, and I will probably do the same thing with this one. I'll just get the regular edition. So
Well, that's not
um,
bad, man. $50 for 400 pages, and most comic shops aren't going to charge you 50
yeah, and just
if
sort of
you're a client.
FYI, if you're a DCBS subscriber or whatever, they have it for like $32.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay,
I,
dude.
I looked that up today just out
Just
of
see.
curiosity to see what they
Uh,
would have it for, and it was like $32. I was like, I might have to buy that.
1732. That's almost 33% off of that.
Yep, yep,
Wow. That's big discount.
yep. So, but no, I'm not gonna get the slipcase edition. I'm not going through that again. But 400 pages, which is awesome. Lots and lots of goodness that'll be in there. So slipcase will have not the white teeth, but will have the orange teeth that sort of matches this color, obviously. So good stuff. And then moving on to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 118. This is more of the Darkest Hour stuff. So this is sort of just continuing what's been going on. We get, and this is Amy Jo Johnson was who you were talking about with the Boom
Yes.
Direct. So if you've not been checking out Boom Direct, which is Boom's YouTube and audio podcast, go check it out. This past Thursday, they had a new episode and they interviewed both Amy Jo Johnson and Matt Hodson about this miniseries. So I've not finished listening to it. I got a phone call, so I have to go back, and I get easily distracted. So I will definitely be going back and checking that out. But yeah, so this miniseries is the second of 4 issues. So um, I we talk about Power Rangers all the time, sort of how you and I are not huge fans or whatever. But when they do new stuff or do like throwbacks from the original stuff, I don't know why. I again, not huge connection to me, but I always want to check it out. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I saw the hardcover that comes out this week is sort of like a lot of lost, quote unquote lost stuff, and
Hmm.
it's got one of those original I forget what the mini series was, but it was like future version of the original. So I was like, I've got to read that at some point. So, but anyway, Ranger Academy number 5. We'll be talking about 4 tonight.
You're
So we'll
such
get.
a stereotypical Mark.
I am. I'm not gonna. Whatever. It is what it is. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Book 2 Deluxe Edition. Just to see if it tells what it covers. Yes, it covers Mighty Morphin 9 through 16, Power Rangers 9 through 16, Power Rangers Unlimited Countdown to Ruin number 1, and an all new 10-page short
Uh-oh.
story from Dorado Quick and Brenna
Spicewood.
Bythewood. It's super tiny, and I was trying to read it, and I'm not
Yep.
good. So yeah, so $75. You get 528 pages. I think that's a pretty good deal for all of that.
Yep.
Uh, I have again seen these deluxe editions in stores. They look so good. Oh my god, they're awesome. Um, just for the look they have on my shelf, it's hard to say I'll spend $75 for it, but at the same time, if I see them cheaper, I don't know. Yes, I'm a mark. Go for it. You can say it. It's not gonna hurt my
Hey,
feelings. It's not
Eddie
gonna hurt my
Eddie
feelings.
Kingston has made me the Mark of Marks. So
I have
I
over the holiday just, and I know we've talked about this before. Over the holiday break, over Christmas and everything, I had a week and a half off, 2 weeks off almost. I went through and indexed all of my boom stuff into my, just so I knew what back issues. I have not bought back issues in a while, so I just wanted to make sure because I have some doubles and stuff that I didn't mean to get because I didn't actually have it on my phone anymore. Um, I am now on box number 6, 7, 8. I'm on box 10, short boxes of my boom stuff.
Nice.
So, and that's, and I've not been buying trades and this is just cover A. I stopped buying variant covers a while back or earlier last year. And so this is all just cover A's. So, and I basically have put every book, basically, I do have a pull list again, and I have an open order to just whatever Boom puts out, just put in my pile.
Boom. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Order publisher. Yeah.
yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
One of everything from publisher.
So you can call me what you will. Doesn't bother
Hey,
me at all. I have a
no,
good time with
that's it.
it. And I don't
That's what
mean you
matters.
particular. I mean like anybody who's like, oh, you're just the sellout for them. Okay,
Okay.
it's good stuff. Like I
Okay.
tell you when it's bad, and I
You
tell
know,
you when it's good. So
you don't sit around complaining about jumping on spots, do you?
nope,
So
no, I do not. Do not.
I read Boom and 5 issues typically. Anymore,
Okay,
that's it.
good. That's it.
5 issues.
And I will
That's what
tell
it
you,
is.
do you need a jumping on point? Go to issue one.
It,
And just
absolutely. That's where to
yeah.
start.
Or like Sirens of the City, right here, soft
Oh,
cover.
I am so sad to see this book go.
I am too. I am
Oh,
excited to read issue 6. I
yeah.
saw a preview of it tonight. They posted some previews, and I'll probably put that press release up on Boom Addiction
Hmm.
our website just so you can check that out. But there is a panel in it, and I won't tell you what it is. If you look at it and see it, you'll probably know it. But there's a panel on it where I just went, that those aren't just like everyday characters. Those are that there's some meat to those characters. There's some
Oh
heart to
man.
those
Okay.
characters that I'm
Yeah.
like I did not think I would be such a fan of this series before I read the first issue. It
Right.
didn't take long, but oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm super sad to see it go, but very excited to be able to hand this trade, or recommend this trade to people and
Yep.
say, just go check it out. So this is Joanne Starr and Carrie Randolph. This is an advanced solicitation for May of 2024, 208 pages, $20. $20 for 6 issues. I think it's no brainer. You should pick this up. Um, yeah, I was gonna say something stupid, and I decided not to. Like,
Okay.
I was gonna make a guarantee, and I was like, you know what, someone's just gonna come back and screw me over with that one. So let's not do that. Alice Never After, soft cover, advanced solicitation for May as well. Dan Panosian and uh, Gigoro. What is it?
Giorgio Spalletta.
Giorgio. Wow, I'm dyslexic.
Giorgio.
Spalletta and colors by Francesco Segella. Again, 128 pages, $20 is a 5 issue. Now you're gonna go, Chris. This was 6 issues and 208 for 20. This is 128 for 20. Come on, man. Why are they doing that? I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know, but it is noticeable. But either way, it's still good. Um, I think I really hope we get a third one out of this.
Oh, I can tell you why.
Tell me why.
Alice the Drafter's full color,
Oh, that's true.
and
Maybe.
so everything about the process is going to be pricier to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would think that's what it is.
And then you can also pick up down here, also available, the first miniseries for $17. It's 5 issues as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but that was printed back whenever before the world blew up or
yeah,
whatever, and
yeah,
the presses didn't charge as much or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. The displays number 205, Ed Brisson, Luca Casalanguida.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
Casalanguida.
I apologize. It sounds like I'm having a stroke over here. Colors by D.
Kniff.
Nuffy.
Okay.
So I did see on Ed Brisson's Twitter, either this morning or yesterday, he said that in the next couple of months he's going to be taking a small tour. So if you're sort of in the northeast, like Maine down to, I think as far, I don't think he was going too much further. Not Virginia. Maybe he was going to Virginia, but anyway, it was like 12 stops. I think he was making a couple cons, couple store appearances, um, but he's going on like a mini tour for this book to promote it.
Cool.
He will also, if you're not following him on Twitter, do so, because if you're in those areas to where you can see him, and you're into variant covers, he said he'll be carrying a variant cover that you can only get through him. And on his Twitter account, he said he would probably be revealing what that cover look is sometime in the next couple weeks.
Nice.
So, again, I'm not going to be able to do it because he's a little. It's going to be a little bit further north of me, but and I'm trying not to collect variant covers. But it is Ed Brisson. So we'll see. But yeah, if you're in that area and you do get to go check them out, either one of these cons or one of these store events or whatever like that, uh, do it. Have that opportunity. Go in there and check it out and check this book out because it sounds interesting. Pine and Merrimac, number 3 of 5. We'll be talking about the first issue of that.